Welcome back. Now, we have a second or a minute, perhaps. So if you guys are not aware, there were some changes on the FACEIT platform of late. So those of you who only want to queue for specific maps, if you have premium, now you can do that. There were some teething issues with it as it was released very recently, but those are being sorted at the moment. They're mostly done. But check it out. Give us some feedback. Always welcome. Let us know what you think. Ideally, from now onwards, basically, now that most of the teething issues have been sorted out, let us know how you are dealing with those things. I'll be back in Europe soon, which means Bardolph EU Hub will be back. On my stream, I get like 10 minutes of play, and then my queue is full up, and I have to go and play with all the people in the stream, which is pretty good. Map pool. What do you think of the map pool right now?
You talking about in general?
Yeah.
The competitive map pool.
Get rid of Vertigo. Don't want to see it. Dust 2.
Gone.
That's a change. That's a change. And Mirage, that's what the people want. So maybe do something with that. So 3 maps, I think, can be exchanged.
I wasn't a fan of Dust 2 coming back into the map pool in the first place.
It's terrible.
Because I think that it's going to be the same gameplay that we've seen for years. And I don't know that it was that stimulating after all this time that it needed to be back in place of something else necessarily. I think it's nice to have like open maps, if you will, but I would have liked to have seen something else. We've seen some nice highlights on Dust 2, but I do think like you could just have something more interesting.
Yeah.
In the map pool at this point.
I agree.
If you compare it to Overpass, it's extremely simplistic. Which, again, I mean, I'm personally not a fan. I want all the maps to be like Overpass. Not Overpass, but like Overpass. That's why I want Tuscan. Because Tuscan is a map that has a lot of layers to it. Obviously, it'd be a bit different in CSGO how it plays out. I'm sure things would have to be altered here or there, but it's a map that gives lots of possibilities for both sides, and the rotations for CT aren't too punishing, which means that they can have more play in action, they can take more risks for information, and so on and so forth. I think that's more stimulating for everyone.
Quick reminder, these are the matches live on Caffeine in terms of the European segment of the broadcast today. So you can see Dan Chan doing FaZe versus Heroic, and Cody Cast will be doing Tricked versus North. So if you are looking for those games, all the information is in your face right now.
What do you think about Seasons?
Season.
The map. Seasons. You guys remember
season,
that map?
the map season.
Yeah, the map
I don't
season.
like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
The CT
This is
rotations on that
It's
map
long.
are, I think,
Yeah.
a problem. Maybe if you had like, what was that map from Source where you had the well and it had like the underground water stream, and if you go in the water stream, you move like really fast. What's that map called? I never got some Siggy. What's that map called? The one the well.
Show me the knife.
Source.
I want to see the knife round.
Yeah, it has a well, you drop down, and there's like
I
water
know what
stream,
you're
and you
talking
run really
about.
fast.
I'm trying to remember.
Contra.
Contra, thank you. Yeah, Contra.
I forgot about that map.
Yeah. So if you had like something like that on Season, maybe it could be a bit better.
I wouldn't mind actually
Where's the knife
seeing
store at?
Contra.
I need to see some knives.
Contra was pretty cool, actually. Contra was a cool map. The design of it was cool.
Got Frag make that map or something like that?
I'm not sure where it came from. Bring back Contra. Screw this Tuscan talk. Give me the Contra.
So I think it's called Sonora, the new remake of Tuscan. Look for it on the workshop. Have a look for it. Download it. Run around. I like the aesthetic. I think it's well done. There's so many maps from the old versions of CS. I can't even remember the names. Much about them. I get hiccups like every day. Why have I got hiccups? This is so annoying.
Need more new lungs.
You're a deep breather.
Well, Big are a slight favourite in On Train. A slight favourite, ever so slightly. I like seeing the round numbers though. Lack of decimals. It's aesthetically pleasing. There we go. Words.
Words are great.
I think Fnatic will make quick work of Big here.
No smokes from Fnatic either. Just 2 flashes on Golden. Taps and gets takes out flush immediately.
Almost, yeah. Although Fnatic will move past Ivy fairly unscathed due to the HE, but the headshots are a different story. Tabson. 3. Can he make it? 5. It's going to be tough. There's a lot of competition out there for those kills. There's some stiff competition from Santaris, but ultimately it will be a pretty easy cleanup. Once you shut down the Ivy push like that, it's very difficult to get anything going. You lose too many players.
Smia next get the cheap helmet upgrades, which is really important for the sniper for sure. Creeping through the smoke. It's a nice pop. That's so satisfying with the USP. I've got 9,000 kills on my USP now. 9,000 plus. My knife is trailing behind with 7,500. Okay, footsteps will be heard. I like to go up the ramp and hear if there's a rush. We're halfway up the ramp. Get those sound cues in. Can make the ladder calls if necessary. Tizian needs to stay alive. He's got his teammate coming down the smoke. Plant in the middle of the bomb site. Brolan with the hero plant. He dies almost immediately afterwards. That plant is some serious bonus money for Fnatic.
Yeah, that's all the nade sets. That's full nades. Full nades.
I like what Tizian did that round. A lot of times you'll see people inside will kind of fall back towards the bomb train or the oil area. But instead he smoked the lower ramp and camped right behind the smoke and forced them to kind of drop up top and kind of look towards the lanes instead of by the pop dog area where he's camping. I like the little subtle differences in positioning play. You know, not getting killed, making the teams look around for you.
So the weaponry is heavily in favor of Fnatic, but only if they get into spots like outside and so on, where the ranges are a bit longer.
Yes!
Wow, the
Oh
double
my
HG.
goodness, I like that.
It's so smart as well because they expect the SMG push up the ramp, but they still lose Flusher there. That's unfortunate.
So MVP who did that to INTZ with 3 grenades and had glorious results. You can see the third one is needed. Maybe too much information for the opponent. Nice tag, big headshot onto Brolan. Golden coming in from the Ivy position. It's got more to do. Tizian and Smee are both low with these MP9s. They've kept the money together big. But they won't want to lose this round. If they can do anything about it. Maybe they can't. Tizian now 1 versus 3, 20 HP. I think not, sir. I think not. There's the Ivy plant from Crims. Tizian will probably try to hide in plain sight unless he's feeling a little bit crazy. He has the kit, but it would be madness to go for this. Absolute madness. I think he's already holding everything he can expect to get out of this round. So it's surely time to hide.
And this is such a good timing again for just looking at where the economy works to get the first round on your T side after losing the first 2. Big will have absolutely no loss bonus. Of course, they'll have some money in the bank because they continue with SMGs here, but the Fnatic are in a position where they can deny that economy control on the CT side, which is really, it's difficult to grind it down if you let it. If Big were to get, you know, a 5-5-0 or something like that, it can be difficult. The orbs are out. You know, it changes the game completely as far as the CTs are concerned and how they play the map.
Overall, Fnatic had a pretty good game plan that this entire T side of that last round. Good spacing as well after the nades inside. One of Fnatic's was on top of outside, blue train. And then as soon as he died, the Ivy guy off of Fnatic swung and killed the guy in green. And then the rest of Fnatic kind of spilled out. So really good job of making the CTs look almost every spot the CTs can come from.
Outside smokes as well to make things a little bit more obscure, but Big have a 2-man setup in ladder room, which is quite interesting. See that works out. Tizian with the first headshot, 1v1, just the spray. Beautiful, yeah.
He saw the barrel of the gun poking out. He knew, and there's a third one for Tizian. Nice tight angle, and no one can really deal with it, it seems. The bomb is still in the hands of Fnatic, but the round doesn't seem to be. JW takes out Smooya by Connector. Got 3 plays streaming out of Connector for Big. They are committed to this B bomb site, although Connector starting to wonder. JW looking for a 3K as well, showing the bomb on the ramp. This is crazy. Golden has made his way in. Surely this has been heard. Oh, that's a great burst onto Next from a 2 versus 5 to a 2 versus 2 to a 2 versus 1. This is being turned around. Absolutely ridiculous. The Fnatic factor at play. 45 seconds. They're looking for tabseN. He's got to be here somewhere. There he is. 3 for Golden, 2 for JW.
Oh my God.
And Tizian surely has his head in his hands.
Those are some crispy AK shots. My God.
Those 4 just pop. You thought Big would have had this round with Tizian's hero play right there.
This is yes, it's like you highlighting the. You sit in the smoke as it's going away. You get it one way, like half a second. You have to be right in the middle of the smoke. As I found out yesterday, I messed it up.
And here's the thing about Big. We talked about last map how in these 2-on-4, 4-on-2 situations, they're kind of like spread out, not peeking together, and not playing as full teamwork as they could be.
That's got to be play of the game right there. I don't care what else happens. Like that's so outrageous. They break the money. It's a 2v. They have no right to win that. It's so insane. It's so insane. You kill the AWP first. Smooya goes down. That's a huge kill right there because that's one of the weapons that would be very dangerous. And how do you just keep re-peeking into the site like that and keep just ripping heads off? Insane.
Big is just too much. We're just moving around too much instead of holding a passive angle, working together. You have numbers. Let the T's come to you. The CTs kept taking the fight to the T's. Now, granted, JW and Golden hit some insane shots, but you gave them the chance to hit those shots.
Flashes into the A bomb site. Flusher with the Molotov towards Ivy. Flash above Sandwich, running through with the MAC-10, trying to get as much information and map control as possible, if you can call it that. But he fails. Next to no damage done. Tizian waits on the ramp. Won't be showing a shadow if he hugs the wall. That's a meaty HE grenade. Doesn't collide though, that would have been some important information. Tizian now trying to pick the right timing, the fadeaway incendiary. And there's minimal warning as Broyland makes an entry into the B-bomb site. Smia up high is going to try to thin the numbers of Fnatic before it's retake time. The bomb has indeed been planted. 3 versus 3 is next gets punished for moving through connector. Smia has the angle though on Crims.
Yeah, that flash a little bit too deep to affect Smooya. And that's all the difference, because now Fnatic are really in a difficult spot, 2v3. Although they just won a 2v5, so 2v2 now. CTs will make their way forward again. Broyland working the train so effectively, working the smoke. And another huge clutch from Fnatic, just down a couple men and they still make it work. Unbelievable. Some of these rounds that they're winning, some of the shots that they're getting. This is a Fnatic that are definitely a level or two above how they were a month or two ago. My goodness.
It's great to see. It's been missing for a long time.
I completely agree.
Flusher was the missing piece.
It's one of those brands that I just never want them to be gone.
Right, we'll see that no one's gone towards the ladder position. Gotta be careful though. The airstrike into the main position. He's got 1 HP left. He might need help or some way to escape because he can't be giving up this Krieg. JW will show some presence. They switch weapons perhaps. They pick up the MAC-10 instead if he is close to Flusher, which he isn't right now. 3 pistoling players remain. Lots of noise, bells, tables being banged here in A main from Fnatic while they edge forward elsewhere. Tabson, there was something for him to do, but now he's past tense, he's history. It's been smoked.
It'd be really nice if Tizian could maybe steal a gun or something. Don't think there's any guns available. You'd have to frag somebody to pick up one, but... Man, imagine how tilting it must be for Tizian. Like, those 3 kills he got that one round, where it just didn't take a point of damage. Just beautiful, crisp AK play. Set his team up, 5v2. Okay, I've done enough. Won the round for my team. Then...
Reality.
Fnatic somehow won up.
On a side note, Complexity were due to play this week, but they pulled out. And Shazam has been benched, and Def has been released from the roster.
Shazam bench, huh?
Change in Complexity.
I wonder who they're going to get. Wardell.
Yeah, Wardell's got the output, but has he got the Has he got the experience?
Get Oscar in there.
Time will tell. He would never go to America.
I mean, I can't see any other pickup other than Wardell for complexity. You need an offer that's free. It's good. He's been to some lands.
Well, pick that one up later on. Again, we've got those fast plays from Fnatic. They get the early 5 versus 4 big, but it hasn't always gone their way. In that Fnatic factor, giving them an extra gear. An extra leg when 2 have been lost on Golden early. Flusher will eliminate Xantares, and now Smooth's made his way up a B, which might allow Tizian to rotate towards the A bomb site and give it some extra defenses. It's a nice angle to hold, and he has the option to let somebody run down if he has a very brief second to choose to engage or not to engage. Let somebody make their way down, play for the long con, but he might just catch Flusher off guard. You can see him. Took a second there, but decided to eliminate. That may force Fnatic into the A bomb site, where they may have been headed anywhere. Perhaps it's his presence being shown, but the flashbang is good, and Tabson is dead.
Here comes the plant for Brolan. He's in with the A shield, and it's not doing too much damage. Indeed, a little bit short on that one. Flash through the smoke to just go for this push. Needs to make something happen sooner than later, so a very, very hard bomb site to retake. And there's a huge lurk from Grim. It's coming through Ivy. Of all places, that is a rough one. This almost sets, petition to get that kill almost sets Crims up here. He doesn't have to do too much. He can even knife it. Takes the kill, sees the bomb is going to be fine, and can just fall away if he wants now, knowing that Smooth is saving.
It's another 4 versus 5 for Fnatic, which they turned around into a round win. And generally speaking, the conversions in CS for 5 versus 4s are pretty high. But Fnatic are defying expectations. They're defying the numbers.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? That's that classic Fnatic identity. All the statistics, how many advantages you inherently have on, or don't have, on certain maps and in certain positions. They seem to find ways to defy the expectation that's been set through statistics.
Pistols, for the most part, for big. They have some utility as well. Smooya peeking through the flames. Not easy to see through those flames, but maybe he's got the night vision goggles on. I'm sad that you can't buy those, even though they were useless. I still want to buy them. Let me turn them on and off valve.
Yeah. I love the sound.
Maybe we should do a sound to CSGO, night vision goggles, just turning them on and off in an army base. 3 pistols remain for big. Moving into the B bomb site now, and Tizian, he has a nice angle, but he doesn't have the time to have the impact he might be looking for. Waiting for the bomb plant, there's so much activity from Fnatic, hard to get a 2K, which leaves Tabson alone. Does he fish for something? Or does he just try to hold on to the AWP? Of course, the percentages are low. And so are the numbers for Big at the end of the round. 7-2, 7 rounds in a row for Fnatic. Where are Big Clan? 5 versus 4's not enough. What do they need here?
5 versus 2, not enough, James.
That too as well. Clearly 5 versus 1 is the solution.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. Fnatic have been just turning around a lot of spots which are difficult to find value in, but I don't know. Again, it just defies expectation. It's difficult if you're on Big's side of things to maintain focus sometimes in those situations, because you feel like you're doing everything right, yet you're still not winning the rounds. And over time, that really starts to eat away at your confidence. So hopefully, Big maintain the confidence to keep doing the right stuff. And they have a double orb setup coming into play now, and Nex is 0 for 7 right now, so he needs to get onto the scoreboard as well.
He spent some time away due to illness, right? I'm not sure if it was illness or like RSI, but it's nice to have people, same as Golden. Nice to have people back and healthy again. Something we don't, I think we take for granted in general.
What, our health?
Yeah. 2 AWPs for Big, maybe that is the answer. Deep high explosives, but not huge damage. JW probably Okay, I was going to say probably looking towards red train. There we go. That's probably one of the first angles you will peek from A main as you look to clear things, but it's not really a case of clearing on train because you never know when a CT will emerge from any one of these angles.
Fnatic is taking it slow right now. Trying to scout information. Do double. Oh, here we go. That didn't work.
That was an interesting idea, actually. Make them turn away with the sound and not get blinded themselves.
We need to see the Molotov double HG combo on the likes of Avangard. Santaros will clean up that frag. 45 seconds on the clock and it's golden. So there we go. We got the 5 versus 1 achieved. And now maybe a round can be won for Big.
Golden's been hitting some nasty shots. Maybe he'll take a couple players down with him. Really hard. He can have, like, he has all the patience in the world in this position. Doesn't have to force the issue until the time is running really low. And Big are respecting that. They do not want to lose any money. Here we go, better angle. Right eye versus the left eye peak.
So I'm wondering if Fnatic knows that Big has 2 ops, because I know Tapson's opping. I'm not sure they've seen Smooya op. And if you know the other team's opping, or they have 2 ops, set pieces are a pretty good way to easily take bomb sites, because it's a lot harder to retake bomb sites with 2 ops if you get in.
There's so much money for Fnatic.
Mm-hmm.
They are rolling in cash. That money can quickly be sunk to 0. If you go to the right shop, the right store, buy yourself a Supreme motorbike, you'll have no money left after that. My head's too big to ride a motorbike.
Why?
Well, look at this. Look how long it is. I'd have like a bullet bill helmet. Imagine that.
Custom.
Imagine a reticule.
You'd be all wobbly on the bike.
The custom helmet.
I don't want a bullet bill size helmet, Dan. That's not what I want for myself. Fnatic have a 4-round lead. There's a reasonable chance that Big gets an acceptable half. Considering how this has started, I think acceptable is fine. Right now, 3 rounds is not acceptable, but again, they have a chance. A quick down the ladder. Oh, there are flames. This is lava. The floor is lava. I'm out of here. Position taken by Big. Tabson searching. A shot through the wall, and Brolan is gone. And 5 versus 4.
Yeah, Fnatic still have advantage. Given some of the things we've seen so far. Yeah, Big are actually picking up some rounds. Let's see if they can get something going off of this. Again, as you mentioned, the 5v4 on train, pretty favorable. CTs don't have to really do too much. They've got 3 on A, 2 on B, safe positions, coverage of everything. It's really up to Fnatic to find a way to finagle this somehow. And Tizian up on top of the bomb train. It is a difficult position to deal with. It can often be good for a couple kills. You can let the T's run by. As long as you have someone covering the upper, and he does. He has Smooya covering upper. You know, if that's the case, then you're very protected in that position. And as long as Smooya gets this kill, Tizian will likely finish off everyone else. And the sniper's already ready to go. They've got an extra player on the bomb side. Everything is going the way of Big in this spot. Fnatic would need a miracle to pull this off. Indeed. Tizian reveals his position, drops off. Nothing that can be done. 4-7. Big picking up another round. They've had a lot of troubles on this half, but things might be beginning to look up for them.
Beginning to build something great, something fearsome, wonderful, formidable.
I wonder what the utility damage is in the game, because there's been a lot of nade bonks, Molotov, lava everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if someone has over 400 utility damage.
The deficit is reduced now. Fnatic have had to spend a lot of money in this round. There's a swing. Golden is lucky to be able to tell the tale of that exchange. Perhaps we won't have to tell it. We won't have too long to tell it, because there are HEs abound for Big. And they will move away smartly. Presence has been shown. Minute 20 on the clock for Fnatic. No early 5 versus 4 for Big on this occasion. And Golden will rock the AWP. Long channels of train, so plenty of opportunity for him to be effective. We see Tizian is upper B, not peeking just yet. It's a nice position to have on the B bomb site. Smee will be the secondary player there.
She'll make his way deeper into the B bomb sites. This will attempt to do so. Xantares fluffing the take of T-Con and T-main, T-Con, whatever you call it. Fnatic get the 5v4 advantage. 2 ops still in play though for Big. It could really make the difference in this one. If we don't have much in the way of smoke coverage for Fnatic to cross to the bomb trains, the ops could really be powerful. There's Captain with number 1. He's ready to just hold everything down by himself, but the trade from Golden is there, and now things start to get difficult. Now it's up to Smooya.
Secret skills from Golden. We've got a creep around the train from Flusher. But IV so important to hold to try and stop the bomb from being planted, but the bomb's been planted. Next with the taps, playing the piano, but too many keys, and Golden will trade as Nex is stuck in position. That leaves Tizian alone now, 1 versus 3, and it looks like Fnatic are good for another round. Let's see what he chooses to do. It's a long walk towards main. If he wanted to do something, it would kill a lot of time, and indeed he'll have to cut his losses and fall back. He is shorter than everybody else in terms of money, and it seems that Fnatic will make it to 8.
It's unfortunate for Big. The round kind of started falling apart when they went for that T-Con Xantares push, and he pulled out a nade at the wrong time. It's just unfortunate. You gotta have that gun out for a little bit. Maybe he felt like Rush. He had to toss a smoke or something or make a play at the exact moment, but cost him his life for doing so.
It's been a rough one for Big so far. They really need to eke out the remaining rounds if they possibly can. And if they lose this one, the money's going to be in the bin. Once again. Fnatic. I don't know, like if you ask me like, oh, what is Fnatic doing? I wouldn't even really be able to tell you if they know what they're doing.
They're just Fnatic.
Exactly, they're just Fnatic.
That's
there you
what
go.
they're doing.
What
Headshot, of course.
What a perfect demonstration of what we're just talking about.
That's why everybody must be a fan of Fnatic, because who else do you see doing that? Those are the kind of things you need in the game. Xantares, though, is another person you want to see doing great things. He gets 2 and keeps it competitive. 3 versus 3. He's done great damage. JW got a headshot earlier. Golden's on 16 HP, so there are chances here for Big, even to stop the train that is Fnatic.
And what are they going to do here? They have a player towards B, so they could set up a fake. If you just send Flusher into the B-bomb sides, trying to get something, he's looking, see if he can find somebody. And he's found somebody, he needs that kill. Tizian falls off, and the rotation comes in. And now this is where the fake comes in. Golden's got the bomb, he's got 16 HP though. And JW is also, they're all so spread apart.
40 seconds left. Indeed, well, JW is up IV. Do they play off of him? Do they wait for him to get a pick to pull rotation? Seems like Golden may consider a ladder play, but considering where Smooya is, that could be fatal. 25 seconds, JW approaches the A site. They need to identify what the setup is very, very quickly. JW lost on the A bomb site. Flusher swinging on B, but he's been heard. He's been heard, but they're playing for the round win Big. Tabson will eliminate. But I don't think Golden realizes somebody is close. It's Tizian out in the middle of nowhere, not to get pre-fired, to not get pre-fired rather. And that exchange will lead to a 5th round for Big.
It seemed Flusher had the information of the player by the cog. Oh my god. It's so amazing.
Yes.
I want to try that, but
You're not going to be as
wrecked.
successful as JW. You should not try that, Dan, especially not in pugs with us. Even I wouldn't do that. Actually, no, I've tried to do that recently. And I did fail, as expected.
That's why
could
you
be
failed.
a
You don't
success
try, you don't
or a
get.
disaster. And, still could be a disaster or a success. I don't even know. And then the trades come through. Maybe it's a disaster after all is said and done for Big, as they give away some pretty big guns and they give away a player advantage to Fnatic. A 4v3 for them now as they have the AWP on JW and Bronlan's picked up an M4. So that's maybe not the best round for an aggression like that. But they could never have known that Fnatic would have 3 players walking Ivy at the same time. So it's just one of those things. One of those Counter-Strike things. And at the meantime, Flush has had the presence of mind to walk down side alley in B. And he's got his back to the back lines here. What is he looking for? Oh, hello. Free kill over there. Is he going to let him live for now?
Looking for 2. Does he check connector first?
Here it is. Oh my
That's what I like to
goodness.
see.
Oh, there we go.
Flusher things. Flusher things for days. It didn't look pretty, but he made it work. He'll go down, but he has won the round for his team. And that also, like that JW ladder play with the AWP and like that, these moments really, again, sum up Fnatic, sum up this game for Big.
I thought he might have hopped on the rail and deked both of them, but that works as well. Feels like it takes forever after you knife someone to pull a weapon out. A little too fast with Deagle there, but the job was done anyway. And it's 9 for Fnatic. 9 rounds on the T side of Train. Again, this is the map for Big. It's been a very difficult CT side for them. But there is a chance that a 6th round, tabseN has a scout rather than an AWP. There's a push from Tizian as well. He takes one in the face immediately, and Smear's in a rough spot now. Down to 20 HP. Point of no return, surely. Double peeks, grenades coming his way, Molotovs, double Molotovs, and double Fnatic players. 3 remaining rounds not over just yet. Let us make no assumptions. Let's not forget that 2 versus 5 that Fnatic played out.
Yeah. I feel like Fnatic has so much personality if you look at the situations that they find for themselves, and like having a knife, like people rarely go for a knife.
It's for the extra money. That's what James would say.
But here we go. For that 10th round, finish things off nicely. Rapper though on it, but tabseN has something to say about that. tabseN, ever the pair of steady, reliable hands, but he'll get incinerated. Now Xantares has to do it. Oh, they'll walk into the spray, but the trade is there. Brolan, he's going to nail it, and that's going to be a wrap. 10-5 on the first half. A very disappointing half of Counter-Strike for Big. Perhaps they can turn it around. We will find out after this short break.
Start your path to pro. Begin your matchmaking experience with like-minded players. Climb the ranks, meet your teammates, and make it all the way to the top. Rise through the ranks to the FPL circuits and play alongside the best players in the world. And who knows, you might just be the next Zywoo. Begin your road to pro at FACEIT.com.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to CS.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
You just got Fnatic'd. It's probably how Big are going to feel after this one, because the way that Fnatic win rounds is very peculiar, but they make it work. And they do it in style. And here, Big, if they're going to have any success, it really needs to begin at least with a bomb plant and a loss so they can get the creek by in the second round, or they must, of course, crush the economy again and again.
Just take it away.
Oh dear.
That's a good start.
Yes. It starts and it gets better. Fnatic haven't had too much love on the pistol rounds, that's to be sure, and it seems to continue. Looking devastating here. They're getting completely destroyed. Crimson is wondering what is happening here. Just kind of annoying. Next, just running up and down the ladder, just really being a nuisance. Chris finally taken down. Oh wow, okay. Crims is he's got 3 bullets and he's dead. He is dead, Jim.
Keeping it simple there, Big. Just kind of just plowing outside, getting some smokes or some kills through the smoke, and just pretty much running over Fnatic. It's no Big. They win another pistol round. Now can they
Don't do it. Don't
survive?
do it. Don't do it. See, this combo's nice. The purple and black gloves with the classic knife. It's a nice combo. It's not trying too hard, all being the same color. I mean, I've got a lot of red and black, but that works better than some of the combos. Well then, no more peeking for you, Monsieur JW. Monsieur. Fnatic looking for their 11th round. Their first round in the second half. Fnatic logo is it's so good for contrasting against other things. I think in terms of stickers and so on, it's one of the better logos or best logos in the game. HE. Ooh, the double mollies, out you go. The second one is late as well, so you can't re-aggress. It can go down the ladder while the second Molotov is still up. More or less, that's what happened. It's happened a little later, but the effect is the same. So, $800 to take the ladder in, but what can you do with that? Well, take one in the face, it seems, from Golden.
Yeah, he's got quite an RC aim on him, and he's got himself another headshot. Things not looking all that good here right now for Big. Again, Fnatic are just so annoying to play against. What do you do about this? They have some level of positioning across the site, but it is going to be very tough. Xantar is the only player with health left in this one for Big, as he will try to win the battle against Brollan. Brollan with a better angle, it seems. Oh man,
Wow.
what do you say about that? Golden
Krieg.
again with the Deeg.
Thanks for the Krieg, that's what you say.
So I like the Molotovs by Big, you know, just to uncover some spots, to buy some room. But where are the flashes? There's no like mid-round, late-round flashes to kind of push it back a little bit. And Golden's pretty much one way in that smoke, just sitting there with no worries in the world.
I wonder who threw that smoke.
Not sure. I don't know if it was himself or someone
Yeah,
else.
that's a difficult one to deal with on train. You're not going to really know where you got shot from, so how do you communicate it? Molotovs towards Ivy position for the rush. I like the combo. Fnatic forced away. Big trying to use the numbers. Crims outstays his welcome in a choke point. The traces are punished and tabs and creeps through the smoke with perfect timing. Big doing their best Fnatic impression, and it looks pretty good at the moment. Flusher remains versus 4, and he doesn't even have a primary weapon. He's on a secondary only. That is quite the turnaround for Big, and that puts him in a great position to catch up, because money's not great for Fnatic, is it? What has happened there? They've just taken the weapon straight back. It's Hot Potato. Is that the name of the game, Hot Potato?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
The potato is hot.
Yeah.
that
Give me
game
the
probably has
potato.
been played since the 70s.
So forced by back, of course, because why? You know, what else would you do if that?
What is the
situation
purpose of the game Hot Potato anyway?
People
it's
were
like the
bored
pep-
back then.
The
People were
potato
bored.
is, yeah, but the potato is hot, so you throw it to the other person. But when does the game end? Who's the winner?
I don't know, maybe whoever
Maybe they're both
drops
holding-
the potato. I think whoever
Maybe they're
drops the
both
potato.
holding Hot Potatoes. And whoever holds onto theirs the longest is the king of the idiots.
No one played the game for more than 5 minutes.
I need a rules. Someone send me a PDF of the rules of Hot Potato at James Bardoff on Twitter. I need to know Maybe we should play hot potato. We have a bag of potatoes in the office at the moment. And a microwave. Whose game?
Do a segment whilst we're doing it.
Then you would need a... If we have to play hot
I think-
potato, I would require you to wear a helmet.
Yeah, maybe you lose if you drop it. You know, you would catch it and then throw it, but if you drop it, you lose.
Because they're hot. Those things are hot.
Because they're real hot.
Because of the carbohydrates. That's why. That's the real reason.
Mm.
Ugh,
It's not
God.
the water in there?
I love potatoes. Anyway, Big Ol rush into the site. Nice coverage from Flusher from the ladder. Oh, that swing. If he gets that kill and that position, life is bad. Real bad for Big, but they managed to hold on to it. They'll drop off, and it still seems like it's a little bit difficult here. But they managed to get the kills. The Krieg really delivering the result they needed. And the scout is collected by Prolan. So maybe there's some more play left in this round after all. Opting to use the CZ. 8 rounds for Big.
Do you think there's an Olympic rule set for hot potato?
No.
Somebody must have proposed it once over the years. Because, you know, the host can request, like, a game which is popular in their country. Like, one day we might get Buzkashi, Olympic Buzkashi. Do you know what Buzkashi is?
No.
It's basically rugby on horses with the carcass of a goat with no head as the ball. It's the national sport of Afghanistan.
Okay.
Buzkashi.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Aren't they having any esports at this next Olympics? Like one of the games? One game?
Perhaps. Perhaps.
What game
I'm not going
is
to sing a song, but perhaps. Pistols for Fnatic. They had a great time on the T side of Train, and on the CT side it seems that they will run into some difficulties as well. He's restoring his PC, but he can't find the disc. Flusher
Ooh.
showing some presence, Crims with a USP frag elsewhere, and Fnatic are threatening to steal another round away. They can't find any upgrades, however.
High five. High five. That is amazing. So they just did that.
Oh
come on,
my
Taps. And you know
days.
they have pistols. What are you doing?
He got baited again.
He got
He got baited again.
on earth
Stat
is
player
happening?
over there.
Was it? Who got baited on Inferno? I forget the situation, but there was definitely one player ran away. So we've seen a bait twice now. Awesome.
Spear, you're mental. But he's gonna die, I guess, regardless, so might as well give it a go. I really wanted to see them win the round just because of the high five. That would have been so sick. Man, imagine they need to put that in the game. That would be really cool. Like you can actually do like team emotes like that. I don't know if you guys ever played Portal 2 co-op, but like basically like that.
Mm.
You can do it in Portal 2 co-op. And so much damage has been done now. Fnatic have put themselves in a pretty good position, but Flusher holds onto the MP9, and we don't have an AWP yet for Fnatic. It's a really cute AWP skin that Smia has. The porg. Whatever it is.
Fade away. Not as successful as they would have hoped for. A slow round 21, a minute 20 on the clock, and we've got some utility being deployed towards
That smoke.
the IV position. Yeah, the smoke goes in the middle as opposed to the side. Normally you throw the smoke on one side, and Molotov on the other side to obscure vision, but on this occasion it lands bang in the middle. But there are questions to be answered in the IV position. You can see JW's been forced into a passive angle. Now we see that smoke towards IV from the Pop Dog, although it hasn't really stopped them from seeing towards main. There's nobody there, but you see the point. Big are moving into a 5-man B setup. That flashbang will be quite timely for Flusher, but 2 will still swing out. Golden sees nothing just yet, trying to support his teammate, faces a triple B, and the spray's not quite there. Flusher drags down too much, and it seems that they will give up on this round, Fnatic, in a 5 versus 3.
So this is working for Team Big on their playstyle, is these kind of basic, let's toss some smokes, flashes, peek together kind of setups. And the default has not been working, which is more spread out, more relying on timing and outpicking these one-on-one battles. So if you can't win these one-on-one battles, you gotta have to change something up here, and that's what Big's doing there. Just having the timing good and the teamwork just as basic as it can be. Sometimes that works. Sometimes that's the play to do, especially against a team like Fnatic, who are more the crazy. Let's peek here. Let's move here. Let's get a little wild.
Okay, well, still no AWP is purchasable by Fnatic. And, you know, you're 6 rounds, well, into your 7th round of your CT side, and you've unable to buy an AWP yet. That's definitely not a great place to be. But it's the nature of the force buy war that you have early in the half. It really has a resounding effect, a very big ripple effect on your economy in later rounds. Fnatic looking to keep things interesting. A ladder take comes in.
Trap walking towards B is Tizian. Part of the default, clearing up a B. Tabson with the elevation, does flush a hold position. Surely it's a one and done spot if he stays here while the smoke disappears. Indeed, he is going to back off the HE. Could be juicy, maiming them for his teammates. Swings in, flush on just like that. It's a 4 versus 1, a brilliant play from Fnatic, which puts them so close to 12. Tizian spotted with a Molotov out, and I think his options are very limited. Fnatic instantly moved to a double peek. Molotovs from the Swedish side, and there we go. Just like that, in the flash of a pan, it's 12-10 for Fnatic.
So much damage. Flush's position, it feels like, okay, I mean, he did die, but you know, you think, okay, you're never getting away. You're peeking, so you can throw an HE. You know, like, what is that about? But it worked so well. I wonder how much damage it did. Let's see, you know, Brolan was there to spray him down. Man, this team is pretty, this Fnatic, this rendition of Fnatic, this edition of Fnatic, I should say. Pretty awesome.
Making a lot of people happy, especially DDK. 2 Fnatic players on the bomb site, and look at the push from Big. This looks dangerous, mainly for the CT side. And there's the opening kill. Samir taking Brolan out between 2 smokes. Golden with nowhere to go, flames everywhere, but they've gone now. But now there are more. So many Molotovs. Sonorpa's Paradise train. JW with his second. Smooya has been eliminated. Stereo kills for Big. A war of attrition on the A bomb site, which is firmly won by Big, at least in numbers. But there is money here for Fnatic to withstand that damage.
Yeah, really good stuff from them in the previous rounds to be able to weather this, and Big looking strong on the outs when they attack the A bomb site, the more open bomb sites. What if they'll do something similar in this round, knowing that Fnatic will still have money, considering how much success they just had.
They did a really good job at chain Molotoving towards the bomb. Train on outside, really keeping Golden kind of at a weird off angle. Can't really help his teammates out from his position.
I like how Fnatic had 3 players towards E-box at the beginning of the round to kind of trade out if Big were trying to rush T main. Kind of giving up that Ivy position, letting the T's go to backlines. Let's see how it works out. Oh, that's... If you're going to open it up, if you're able to get the kills, that really makes it work. They're still waiting for another one. He's really keeping good track of that position.
Smoke will soon be gone. Then there will surely be a sound cue for Brolan, who moves back. He sees more than that. He sees the bomb. Looking behind him just as Xantares emerges. Golden is here to try and defend the A bomb site. They know that Xantares is with the bomb, and he's inside main. 2 versus 4. They have all the information more or less. Fnatic, they know Tizian's above the ladder down. He goes with a huge headshot. There are more CTs to contest. Flusher will trade. Xantares again, they know where he is. JW's got the angle, but not the frag. Xantares, the robot is activated, but he can't get all the kills. And Fnatic are 3 rounds away now from the 2-0, and the money is in a really bad spot for Big.
Yeah, very bad. They're gonna have to decide if they want to maybe do a force buy or a complete double round save. But they do have one person with like 5k, so possibility they might buy around that. Otherwise, the safe spot is just to save one more. And hopefully, well, I don't know if they can even save one.
Fnatic have gone from 2 to 1.17. I think it was 2 for this map, if I'm not mistaken. It's a strong position for them. It's a weak as hell position for Big. Running out of cash.
Looks like they are going to buy around it. Tizian, I think, dropped. Did he drop a gun? He did, because he had the money and now he has the pistol. Being a good team player.
Yes, decisions have been made by Big. And they come out to Galil's Krieg. 3-15 at Eagle is definitely not ideal. Bush is playing a pretty safe setup here. Oh, that's an 8.5. Oh my god. Right.
Oh boy.
And that's the bomb.
Feels good, man.
Flusher's like just the jammiest person ever.
Oh my god. He is a jammy dodger.
Through the smoke, bomb falls all the way down the ramp.
He's
But he
pushing.
wants more. Because there's no reason for him to do that, which is why he can.
Yeah,
On this occasion doesn't work out, but that is what you want to see from Fnatic. Those brazen, outrageous plays, Golden sees 2. And there's a beautiful transfer. The spray control is quite sublime. The bomb may get planted though. Crim's on the high ground, making his way. Have they identified that both T's are on or around the bomb site? Distraction being run from JW. They've got to be concerned about the ramp. He's looking for both of them. There's the burst on the first and a transfer to the second. An upgrade and Fnatic are 1 step closer. Big plan, get a much needed plant, but the much needed rounds aren't there just yet.
JW. What a troll.
It's such a weird round because there's also the bomb drops there, but like there's actually just like no rotation. There's no rotation at all. I don't understand, but you know what? 14-11, whatever they're doing is working.
This is so unlucky. Then the bomb just rolls down the ramp. Causes Fnatic to over-rotate to the inside because, well, the bomb's right there for the taking. And a nice flank by Crim, being patient, trigger discipline, trying to find that second person before pulling it. Because who expects a top ramp flank at that moment? Not Big.
Well,
What an annoying group of players to play against.
yeah.
It's like how annoying must it be?
You've got to be on your toes all the time, and that might not be enough.
I would be raging if I was playing against these guys. Full rage mode.
It's pretty annoying. As soon as you turn
What
around,
does
they
full
flank
rage
you.
mode look like for DDK?
Yeah, I wouldn't be
I
raging.
wonder. You're not much of a rager.
No, I'd witness everyone else raging.
He'll wait till later that night, stab a pillow or something.
I wouldn't be raging if I was playing Fnatic because I respect their presence of mind to make these plays in the first place. I'm a fan.
What if their name wasn't Fnatic, but some randoms who played exactly like them?
That'd be worse.
It's not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's you've never played
You need
FACEIT.
JW, you need Crim, you need Flusher. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, it's great that you have the core and then like, Flusher returning to complete the core 3. It seems like that's kind of how it works. You know, we have all of like the top teams have this like very long-term, enduring core of at least 3 players.
You need the right mix of chemicals.
Yeah.
And that's what those 3 are, at least. I think you could potentially interchange, but Flusher brings so much. He's a very hard man to replace. There aren't many Flushers I wouldn't really compare him to any player.
Nope.
I think he very uniquely has his own style, but here we are. Big are on the back foot, 3 versus 4, 45 seconds on the clock. Smoked out from one of the main choke points in the map, T-Con, T-Connector. 35 seconds, and Fnatic try to thwart the timing just as tabseN goes down the ladder. He faces the Swedish smoke. JW's got one more of those in the hole. Bomb makes his way towards Ivy. Being a man down, Fnatic, they can't cover everything as well as they might have liked to. But they've got a flanking flush, which allows 3 players to stay on the A bomb site. Presence now around the Ivy position. JW doesn't see the player too deep, goes around the corner, but look at the defense on the bomb site itself. 12 seconds as the remainder of Big fall to the floor. It's match point Fnatic.
Another kind of have to. Big has to force buy again, in the match points. He got some MAC-10s, some pistols, some utility. That's about it. I think, what did you go to strat with the half buy within pistols? I'd say inside would be the easy one, but that might be a little predictable.
Making their way towards T-Con at the moment, with a couple players at least. Brolan's on the case. The Creed. Continuation spray there. Is there a teammate to save him? No. Crims is keeping his eyes firmly locked on ladder. He's transfixed. And you can see why. TiZiN was lurking around there. Wanted to catch him off guard, but TiZiN will win that battle, which is good because now all the big players can combine forces. They can combine together to be a stronger element looking to take this bomb site.
JW be creeping. He's got a teammate to run distraction. Smartly goes for the USP, being very, very careful. Oh, he's still going to win that duel. TiZiN caught completely off guard. Next is in a sandwich in sandwich. And he is all that stands between Fnatic and the 2-0. Now he falls 11 to 16 in favor of Fnatic. And these highlights are brought to you by NVIDIA. Another strong performance from Fnatic, I think it's fair to say. They win their opponent's pick, they win their own pick, they win it in style. The Fnatic style is back, and who doesn't love to see that?
Fnatic played really well. A lot of good teamwork among them. Big kind of falling apart on a lot of these post-planned mid-game scenarios where they had the numbers against Fnatic, but somehow Fnatic 2-on-4, 2-on-3, whatever, they seem to somehow come out on top and outplay Big in so many ways, and you kind of think to yourself, well, what can Big do a little bit better next time? Have tighter defenses, not always going for info plays. We see this a lot with, I guess, teams that aren't really together just yet, is that they're trying too much on the CT side, and they're kind of giving up picks and scenarios where if you just played like simple textbook CS, you probably would have won the round.
Scores on the door. Xantares and tabseN putting in some extra work here for Big, but the style maybe and the individualism of Fnatic is just sometimes too much. And they will be heading forward to play the winner of Tricked versus North. That is still happening on Caffeine at the moment. As you can see, North are 1-0 up. So if you want to see some more Counter-Strike action right now, then you can head over to Caffeine and see the result of that. Now we have a HyperX X Factor play of the game to view. I think it needs to be the 2 versus 5, but we're not the ones who choose. Let's see what the gods in the back have decided will be the X Factor play of the game.
Yes, indeed. You think it's TiZiN, but you're wrong if you missed it. Yes, this is how they started. It's a 5v2, no position at all for Fnatic, and still somehow JW, he lurks at smoke, uses the one way as it disappears, a flashbang, gets another cheeky kill at the same time as his teammate Golden now pushes position forward in the train yard to get some kills as well. Kind of unbelievable that Golden gets his little 2k there, frees up JW as well, and then they play off of each other to finish off the last opponent. Really ridiculous. I don't think no one else saw something like that. It's heinous.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is the 2v5 retake from Mouse Sports on Train on the CT side from A to B. But anyway, that is going to bring the European show to a close. In about half an hour, North America will resume, and there's lots to talk about in that region. But before we head to North America and the break, don't forget, type ECS into your FACEIT bar. Look at the organizer page. There's a hub. There are hubs, rather. There are cups as well. Get involved in them. There's plenty of points to win. And don't forget, if you have premium on FACEIT now, you can select the maps that you want to play. So have a go at that. Give us some feedback. We want to hear what you think of that. We will see you close to the top of the next hour for North America. In the meantime, have fun on the servers. We'll see you soon.